Hey, I'm Dr. Lee, and the question we'll be answering in this episode is, what happens when I get too high? Common symptoms you might experience if you become too high. Mentally, you might notice a little nervousness or a little paranoia that wasn't there before. And physically, you might notice symptoms like a racing heart, maybe some dizziness, some nausea, some GI symptoms that you weren't expecting. Those are really common symptoms of becoming too high. So the data that we have about becoming too high suggests that it usually happens as a result of using edibles compared to smoking. Edibles have more of a time lag. Your body has to digest it. And because of that time lag, patients sometimes feel like they should take another edible and end up taking a dose that's just too big for them. One of the things I always like people to know is that they should be aware of the time lag when they're consuming an edible, and that they should also be aware of how many milligrams of THC they're consuming each time they use an edible. If you're someone that has used cannabis and you feel like you've gotten over intoxicated or feel a little too high, you are definitely not going to die. That's the absolute number one thing that I want to get across. I usually like to say, sleep and sandwich is the best way to make yourself feel better. Take a shower, watch some TV, just take care of your physical needs, because at the end of the day, you're safe, your body knows what to do, and it's only a matter of time before you're back to normal. For general consumption, it's almost impossible to overdose off cannabis. You'd basically have to smoke an intense amount over a very short period of time, which is one of the things that makes me feel good, as a provider, giving access to it. When I was training, I did mostly ER, and we kind of routinely give access to medications that frankly have a greater risk of harm than cannabis. So in comparison, I do consider cannabis a really clean medication, and it's something that has made me feel more comfortable, taking this path with my career. So in this segment, we've talked a little bit about why you might become a little too high and some of the things that you can do for yourself. These are some of the basics that I mentioned to a lot of patients. I hope it makes you feel a little more comfortable with cannabis and encourages you to try it out.